Dude.
Hi, we're live.
Oh, yeah, right. We're live. I forget. I always forget.
Hi.
Today was literally the most fun day one.
Ooh.
I
CrossFit
mean,
Games have officially started. So
yeah,
excited.
I'm not even sure if I know why it's the most fun day one for me. I think just because it's so nobody knows what's going to happen and everything is just moving so quick. But it's the most fun day one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, since the Rich Froning day one of 2014 when like he had all his trials and tribulations, like I guess I'm just not used to like Matt Fraser just comes out, torches the field, Tia comes out, torches the field, there's no question, you're just like, oh yeah, the top 5
Yeah.
is the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
But this year or this day one, I don't know, bro.
It's like Boz put all the marbles in the bucket and just shook it. You know, like when you're a kid and you put them all in, and you just shake them back and forth.
Yep.
Kind of
Absolutely.
like that's kind of how it's gone. But okay, so let's start at the beginning.
Yo, wait, are
What?
you and John Young just gonna like
one event at a time, okay?
cry together?
One event at a time.
Okay. I wasn't sure, but okay. Cool. Go ahead.
So event 1,
Yes.
the race.
Yes.
Or the ride. It's called the ride, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the ride.
The ride. So what are your first official or what are your first initial thoughts of it before seeing it? Like when you first saw it compared to actually seeing it done in action today?
No, I thought it was gonna be super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Very different from I think very different from years past. I know a lot of people because I was watching, I didn't get to see it like just straight out, but as I got to kind of click into the live feed and get into the chat and whatever, I saw that people were kind of annoyed at the running part of it, like where they had to jump off the bike and run and whatever. I saw people were there were some people that were super annoyed with that. And I was like, I mean, it wasn't a crit. It wasn't,
Annoyed. Did they explain why they were annoyed?
They were like, how does getting off a bike and running with a bike assert your fitness? Like, how does that show your fitness? In my mind, I'm kind of like, it's a spectacle and, it's just another bump in the road for them to have to get through. So
I think it shows a lot though. I mean, if you only have to get on and off the bike once in one race, then you get on, you're good, and you get off when you're done.
I think it's just Boz's way of putting precision, timing, and that kind of stuff into a workout.
Yeah.
He doesn't like you to. It seems like he doesn't like you to just be able to be like, oh, I'm gonna brute strength my way through this, or everything I do is precision and timing. So like, I'm just gonna roll through this. So he likes to throw both at you at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this was like the beginning of him doing that to you. And I think it messed with people.
Yeah, I think it takes a lot of control. I think if anything, it was the part of the ride or a part of the event that you had to be aware of and conscious of, because you had to figure out how to get on and off the bike in a way that made sense. Because
if you haven't done it as a kid, like
mm-hmm.
if you haven't done that as a kid where you just were like running your bike and then hopping on it and go, I mean, that's a kid thing to go do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you have never done that, like it's a hard skill.
Yeah, and you have 39 other women with you. So like, I mean, we just take the beginning of the event when it was the rolling start and there was a big group of people all together that kind of got to that board and having to get off and do that transition at the same time. If you don't know how to do that and you're surrounded by a bunch of people and it's a race, very easily you could have gotten lost in transition, or it could have been something that, could have held you back a little bit. So I think it was super cool to just change it up. It's like, oh, and also too, like it changes. I think I forget. I've been watching a lot of the YouTube and the Instagram and kind of hearing. So I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it, but it might have been like Hinshaw or that said it, or someone was saying that they had
That's
a
what I heard.
conversation from
Yeah.
Hinshaw. Is that it changes the rhythm of the bike. It changes the rhythm because it.
What? That's fine.
Why don't you just go?
Yeah.
Just go sit. Okay, thank you. Love you.
Having children.
It changes the rhythm of the race. You're in a flow. Oh,
Yeah,
then you have to get off and get on and get off and get on.
When you're a kid, like I know I did this a million times, and a million kids that I grew up with did it. Like you would jump off the bike and try to let your bike keep rolling until it got into the bike stand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you just kind of
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, ghost riding. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was just a thing, that we did. And if you have never done that or didn't play around with bike, like, then you don't,
Yeah.
But you could tell the people that have been messing around with bikes, and you could tell the people that didn't. And
Mm-hmm.
Even when it got shoppy, like when Emma Carey took that big
bump over and then fell off the Did you see who she bumped into?
Shoot.
I haven't seen that come out yet, so I'm not sure.
I caught it in passing, but it wasn't they were all jostling, like they were all kind of hitting each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was fine, and then it was like she got pushed out of the gate.
Okay.
So
do you feel like that was fair?
Man, rubbing is racing.
So you don't think it's something that should be like the person that caused it like should be penalized for? Like you don't feel like that should be something that like they lose place for or anything like that?
If you do it in NASCAR, no.
Mm-hmm.
Like if rubbing is racing, if you touch somebody or kind of like bump somebody up in NASCAR, like it's called racing.
Mm-hmm.
So, Patrick Vellner didn't get nobody got messed up for Patrick Vellner's crit, or who else fell? There's some other people that fell, but nobody got messed up for that.
Yeah.
But that was the same crap with that swim though. Everyone ran into each other and pulling each other in the water. That was the same thing.
If that's the rules of what you're doing.
Look at you talking CrossFit with us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, like, that's what I've seen a couple, all of them that you guys watch religiously on loop, and they used to have interviews all the time when they would run into the water and crack each other.
Yeah, man,
and stepped on and whatever.
Yeah,
if you get touched up, you get touched up.
I mean, someone literally like swam over like Josh Bridges, and I think Sam Briggs was another one that someone tried to swim over her or whatever. But then the other thing that I saw from another behind the scenes was that there was but you told me this first, baby, that Justin had fallen, Medeiros had fallen.
I never saw it on the broadcast. I did not see it. I heard about it later when people were putting stuff off.
Yeah. So I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either, but by the time you get to event 3 and he has no shirt on, you can see like on his chest, there's just giant lines on his chest that look like they don't feel good. Also, I think that I don't know. I think the bike race hurt a lot of people more than they like physically and emotionally more than they wanted to be hurt.
Yeah, so I did see a behind the scenes that kind of explained it a little bit more or whatever. Apparently it was between Lazar and Medeiros, and of course it's like he says, so you hear different stories, but it just sounded like that they were going to take a turn, and I heard it from Lazar's. Is it Lazar or Lazar? Lazar. From his perspective, his perspective, it was like Justin came into him, but then another interview, like he's not really saying anything. So it just sounds like that it was 2 times that they got tangled up with each other, you know, and it was a thing where, you know, that sucked because not only did you fall once, but you fell twice. And from what it sounded like, I mean, Lazar's got his elbow taped up, like he landed on his elbow, and to land on your elbow twice
Oh wow,
is a problem.
I did not hear that at all.
Like, and also too, you know, Justin with his scratches, and then I think Lazar said that one of the ones Justin might have fallen on his head or like on the side of his head or something like that. So that's very much like,
I don't know.
That's a thing,
but
you know?
The wrecks that he took on his chest looked
yeah.
I mean, not like it would stop him, but look like it would hurt him. The only thing I can say is, and obviously we'll get to this, is like once they got through the chipper at the end of that, where they were interviewing Medeiros, he looked
defeated
and so pissed and so like that emotional thing where like you're so mad that you have to cry, but you don't want to cry.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens where you're so angry and it's like, everyone's like, oh my God, you're so sad. I'm not sad. I'm just really pissed. And this is what the emotion that I got right now. And yeah, it just didn't seem like him. And there were also a couple people that in that race that it was surprising that they were weird in the front or surprising that they weren't in the front.
It was really weird because okay, if you want to move on to the chipper,
the pig flip?
Yeah, it was weird. Like it seemed to go back and forth, but Lazar fell off. Laura did what Laura does.
Lazar came back though. He was behind.
Yeah, that race with him with Roman
Jeff,
at the end.
Can you find do you have just the overall leaderboard, or can you find the event leaderboards where you can see who came in first and second in the second event?
Yeah, let's do the men's leaderboard real quick.
Yeah, I think Lazar came in right after Roman.
Yeah, they had a good race to the end with the flip.
Yeah.
That was super cool. So, yeah, but he is not.
Who are we looking for?
Because Roman came in first in the flip, and I think Lazar was right behind him in that. But
can you go?
Yeah, Lazar's in 18th. He came in second in the chipper, but his problem was the bike. He came in 35th.
Oh, but did you see that Medeiros moved up though? So Medeiros is in 22nd. So from that second place, he's already up in 22nd. When he went into event number 3, he was in like 37th place.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you can play with this leaderboard all day because they just keep like it was just half the field was good at one event, half the field was good at the second event, and then the third event was like good luck. But I mean, if you want, like, stay on Lazar, and because he was 35th in the bike. That kind of, I mean, I know last year he didn't finish all the laps, so maybe this just tells us like what.
Well, I wonder when. I think we have to think about, you know, when the first crash happened, like when the first thing happened, because if that's the case, it's kind of like Emma Carey. The minute that her fall happened, like she was done. Like there was nothing she could do because you're riding so fast, you're losing so much time, you're losing so much
Vellner
space.
Vellner was that too. Vellner fell in the first one. It wasn't like Vellner.
Wait, was he the one that they were coming around the curve and he fell? Was that him?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like
I tried to think it wasn't him, but I kind of saw it in passing.
He didn't, you know.
I mean, I know he was back there. He definitely was back there. So, and he was in bike number 1.
That was funny. I couldn't So like he came in 27th in the bike and he fell again. It wasn't like he didn't have the fitness or whatever.
Yeah.
We don't know what his fitness would have been in that bike event because he fell or they jostled and
or something.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's 6th and 6th. Like Jeff, I don't know if you see, he's in 8th.
I'm sorry, I was
Scroll up to So
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, your best friend.
Huh?
Your best friend.
Yeah. So, he's doing Vellner things like he plummets or has. I'm not even going to say he doesn't do well in the first event.
Yeah.
He has mishaps in the first event, and then he's got to climb up, and then you see him. He's like 6th and 6th.
Yeah.
So,
listen,
whatever.
I'm happy to see him in the top 10 right now, so I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing Vellner.
After day 1 in the top 10. Like, I'll take that. So
he's doing Vellner. Very Vellner-esque things. Like he just, Roman is doing exactly what I expected Roman to do. Like I didn't expect him to be, he's not even out of the top 5. Jeff, you scroll up to the first place.
Yep.
He's not even out of the top 5 for any of them. And
what's the, what did he get for, these kids were so funny.
I know.
His lowest place was 5th.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's doing Roman things, and that's what we expected him to do. And with no Ricky, and Medeiros is struggling right now, which I don't know if it's a head thing or
I mean, if he landed on his head and that is true, then I'm sure that has to be part of it. Yeah. I'm actually. I mean, I know that he like knocked it out of the park tonight, but I'm actually more interested to see how his body feels. Do they have a day off tomorrow?
No. I think they're going straight through.
I'm very interested to see what happens tomorrow. Not saying that I believe that he'll pull out, but I'm very curious to see. Okay, Jeffrey, watch your face.
Sorry. Moving on.
I'm interested to see how he feels tomorrow, because if it is true that not only did he land twice, and so from what it looks like, he's injured here. So even if he fell here, you know what I'm saying? Like, or if he fell kind of sideways and like a head chest injury impact is way different than an elbow.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how he feels tomorrow.
Well, calm down, because you saw him in event 3. So I personally think it was a like emotional issue, the way that you react to, having a bad game or having a bad whatever. Like I definitely I don't know. He looked really just like himself in event 3.
Yeah, no, I think he looked great or whatever. I also, he's running on adrenaline right now. And my point is, I'm just interested to see how he feels after he sleeps and after he recovers tonight, and to see like if he feels the actual impact of the first event, as well as having to muscle through all that weight in the second event or whatever. Like I said, I'm just curious to see how he feels tomorrow. But
yeah, I mean, that was fun. As I kind of scroll down, very happy to see James Sprague in 14th. Super cool. His first year, he's getting it done. BKG.
Jenny Smith is up there too.
Yeah,
I'm happy to see that.
Yeah, he's moving.
He's in 12th.
He's moving and shaking, and I just kind of hope Lazar bounces back a little bit when it gets more.
Jeffrey Adler's still up there, which I'm happy to see.
It's just not the leaderboard I expected at all.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Just not with all the events. I think that Boz has really messed with people, and we'll see what happens, and hopefully.
Yeah, these events are not your traditional events. What do you think the hardest part of event number 2 was? Do you think it was the having to do the back half of the 50 toes to bar?
Legit, to me, it looked like it was a peg workout.
Mm-hmm.
Like how much you did on the wall balls and on the gymnastics dictated how you could do the peg at the end,
Mm-hmm.
and they failed. Like, Emma Carey, she got through all of that. She was
Jeff, you can go to the women if you want.
yeah, that's fine. She was one of the first ones to the pig, and I mean, it was like she looked like it was a max effort pig flip every time. Not saying she was great at it when she started, but it wasn't,
Where is Emma Carey? Can you find Emma Carey? There's like 3 Emmas.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Oh, right there.
I lost it.
21st.
Boob.
21st. Yeah. What did she get in the second? Oh, she got 4th in the second event.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, she fought hard for those.
Yeah, but she did. But like her, when she was pig flipping at the end, I was like, oh God. I mean, granted, she was in the last heat, so she had like Annie Thorisdottir to play with. She had, it was a race there. But I mean, it just looked like a max effort every time she did it. A lot of them did. Like even Annie, it wasn't like Annie like the way that Laura Horvath went and just at the last pig flip, she was just like, yeah, boop, I'm here. Boop, I'm here.
Who, Laura?
Yeah.
That was boss.
Yeah, it was so gangster. Like it was so OG. Like she just was like,
she finished her last chest to bar, literally didn't even put her belt on and just went over and flipped it. I was like, that's making a statement right there. But I think she needed to, because then you get into event 3, and that was hard to watch. It was hard to watch for her, that because those handstand push-ups are just,
we're not there yet. But that was, you know what I mean? Like the day just went back and forth and back and forth. I'm happy to see. I'm not surprised Ariel Lowen is. I mean, I'm surprised she's in 3rd, but I'm not surprised to see her like in the top.
She's got that arm sleeve on. Did you see that too? She's got an arm sleeve on, so I wonder if she's nursing.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
I wonder if she's nursing some elbow.
I mean, it's possible.
Elbow thing going on or whatever, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like everybody's a little bit more beat up than previous first days. It kind of seems like everybody is feeling something. Like this hurts, that hurts. This is.
I mean, they all look pretty defeated when I walked in and saw it.
Which one did you see? I forget.
I don't know when I walked in. I just noticed that they were all looking real tired.
Yeah, and I think, baby, I think you said it right. I think that's the like the general oversee, is that I think that this bike has messed people up more than they were anticipated, because I just feel like everybody looks so broken. Like nobody's walking around feeling.
Jeff, you can pull that tab down.
You know what I mean? Like
this?
No, just you can take that off the screen.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I just feel that everybody just looks beat down. I mean, it's been an intense first day, so
yeah, I have never seen anything like it, and especially, and I wanted to get into this, was event 3. Like I know people are mad because ESPN Plus did whatever, like but also like it was a really good stream. I think it was good for CrossFit that they did that. They picked an event that was, or the events that they're picking are small. You know what I mean? Like that event was 3 minutes tops. It was the handstand walking event. I mean, with some cool stuff in it that mattered. But like every heat was like 7 minutes, but less than that. You know what I mean? So it wasn't, you weren't missing a 40-minute event. You weren't missing.
Yeah, I think that they picked events that were going to be entertaining and the most represented in CrossFit in the actual sports space. Like if you put the bike on, like unless you're like a true fan of CrossFit
you're not
and
going to sit
understand
there and pay whatever to watch 40
like if you're
minutes with a bike.
CrossFit or you're a professional biker or whatever, like you're not going to understand the depth of that kind of workout. But I think that the other ones, seeing them move the heavy weights and then the gymnastics in the middle and then the 100 wall
it was a
balls
great
in the middle,
event.
you know what I mean? So
I got to give it to him. It was an unbelievable event. Event 3 was super fun to watch. It was a race, like people jockeyed for position. People were ahead, then behind, whatever. It was super fun. Kind of funny to see, like, because the men are very top heavy, and it seemed like for the pullovers that they.
Oh, you're talking about event 3.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah. I'm in event 3 now. Like the pullovers, the men, it just seemed like they were doing strict pullovers, whereas the women were actually doing gymnastic-y pullovers.
Mm-hmm.
And so it didn't affect the women on the way back. Whereas the men, like if you were the first to the pullovers and you were doing that, you were not the first to finish.
Mm-mm.
Like, except for maybe Justin Medeiros and that other kid that won it. I forget his
Cole
name.
something.
Yeah, Gray Shaver. It was Cole Gray Shaver. He won it. But I don't know why. It was very different for the women than it was for the men. It looked like the way that they finished.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there were dudes coming on the way back after the pullovers that looked like just they never handstand walked ever.
Yeah.
So many no reps, so many more no reps. Like it just, and I think Danielle Brandon, her time destroyed the men's times.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think it was the fastest time altogether. The same way that what's her face won
Carrie Pierce.
Yeah, Carrie Pierce won Mary and destroyed all the dudes. You know what I mean? Like I kind of feel like it. I want to say you had to be lighter to do that, but Cole Gray Shaver's a big guy.
Yeah.
So
yep.
I don't know.
And I also think it was cool that, and I believe that Boz, any chance that he can get to put a gymnastic-y skills in more people's living rooms, I wasn't surprised that was another one that he decided to stream on ESPN to see.
Yeah, man.
To get that, because I mean he's a gymnast through and through. Like
that 360 on the way back messed a lot of people up.
Mm-hmm.
And there was even a freestanding handstand push-up that Justin Medeiros, I was like, oh, he's going to lose because he's going to fail it. And then he saved it and somehow kept walking.
Chandler Smith did that too.
Yeah.
Did you see that one where he literally almost fell over backwards?
I was like, I mean, there's more riding on it for Justin than there was for Chandler, but that's why I brought it up. But it was like they did the handstand push-up, they were going to the next one. Yeah, there was one person that I forget his name, but he got down, touched his head, but he was like walking with not locked out arms. Like his arms were like he saved it by not stretching all the way out, and he was walking to the next mat with bent arms, which is way harder than stretching, like locking your. It was insane.
I mean, that was a good save.
And there were some super saves in that event. Like people, oh my God, Vellner had one too.
Yep.
It just, I don't even know, but
I think you just kind of had to go for it. I think that was one of the ones that you just had to go for, where you were like, you were going to push the pace and you were either going to get it or you weren't. And it was cool to see. I mean, a lot of people, I think Nick Matthews tried to go completely unbroken the first time, but a lot
of the dudes that did that, like the women could do it, but the dudes that went, because Justin Medeiros didn't. He did not go.
No, he didn't go unbroken.
No, he took breaks early and often. Yeah. So it just, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think going unbroken paid off for the men as much as going unbroken kind of paid off for the women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you saw Daniel Brandon just dust the whole field, just being like, bam.
Yeah.
So,
but I think that it's like, you have it.
it was
You're like, go for it. If it's your event, go for it, and
yeah, it was a very different event for the women than it was for the men. I'll be interested to hear what like everybody else thinks, but from what I saw, I felt like it was a very different event for the women.
Yeah.
Than it was for the men.
Yeah.
Like, because the men are top heavy.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and there were a lot of no reps for people leaving their lanes, which was so hard to see because it's like they almost got it and then they stepped out of the lane or whatever, and then there was a no rep, and every section had to be unbroken. So if you were almost there,
yeah,
and you missed it, or like your pinky.
I don't know the guy that won. Did you see the gray shaver who won? Did you see his last? Like hands over the line. Did you think that was an actual rep? Did you get to see that?
I didn't know. I didn't see that one.
Wait,
was he in the black tank top?
I don't know what he was in.
I don't remember.
Even Chase and Sean were like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like that was close. That was iffy. That was And I mean, I don't know what the rules say.
Yeah.
If it's just your hands have to be over the line, then your whole body your body can be falling while your hands cross over the line, then I would say, okay, that's a rep.
Yeah.
But if there's like some clause where your elbows have to be locked out, you have to show control, anything like that, I don't think that dude did that.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's up to CrossFit.
And then I also wondered what the standard was for the 180, not the 360, because if you saw, some people did the 180 on one hand. Some people, it was more like a tuck come down kind of thing. So if I'm facing this way, and my legs are up here, they kind of just tucked their knees in and then kind of turned their body before they came down.
That'll definitely be a conversation.
And then some literally had both hands, walked the full 180, kept both hands on it, finished the 180, and then came down. So I'm curious to know what the standards were of you know what I mean? Like what they were. So
that'll be a Hiller video. They'll talk about that. I saw that too. And I just don't know enough about what the rule book said to if that counts or not, because I saw people very really conscious of it try to do a 180, have both hands stop in the handstand position and then drop off. And then I saw some people just do a spin with one hand and so
yeah. But
yeah, I'm not sure, but
I think it just kind of goes back to the whole the whole is there a specific standard for each movement? And I think that is the hard conversation, because it's not clear. Like the lines are clear for some things, but they're not clear for a lot of things. And so like if the 360 had to be, and I'm not saying that like it had to be,
I mean, I'm sure we'll see it in the behind the scenes with Sevan.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure he'll talk about it, and I'm sure he'll show it, and I'm sure Hiller will show it, and whatever what those rules were. But I know Brent Fikowski put up a Instagram video explaining what he was briefed on for that workout. So maybe it's in there. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but I don't know how that 180 was supposed to end.
Yeah.
But I just saw all the judges giving it to them, so I was like, all right, whatever. Maybe both hands don't have to be on top of the thing and show control before they dismount.
Maybe that's what yeah.
I have no idea.
Yep. I'm just interested to kind of see what that was or whatever. So what the actual standard would be. But
I mean, it was a good time. I loved it. I thought it was a great day one. Not even for the I mean, I liked the events a lot. I thought they played out way better than I had expected. But I just liked it for the movement and the leaderboard and how many people just got wrecked by it and how Boz just I don't know I don't know if it was because because Dave's back and maybe
Mhm.
he had a little like, hey, let's put these here, let's put this here, let's whatever. I don't know, but I like except I mean Roman did Roman things. I think Annie did Annie things the way Annie always does them.
Mhm.
And I'm kind of excited to see how the rest of it goes because I Boz messed with them today. Like it really was. It was super fun. I mean, to see Lazar the way that Lazar was, to see
Mhm.
Justin the way that Justin was, to see even
Mhm.
Katrin go back and forth a little bit. Like,
Mhm.
and then Laura went back and forth a little bit. So
Yep.
Daniel Brandon, I don't think she had to start
That she wanted.
yet.
Mhm.
So
But she had to make a statement in event
she
number
did,
3.
and
So
she did.
yep.
She absolutely did, and she didn't even have to.
Yep.
She could have just paced that and still would have won.
Yeah.
So
Listen, I'm all for games like this where it's a constant shakeup and you got to work until the very end to,
I like it.
I mean, we saw greatness, dominance from both sides for, men and women for a very long time. And it doesn't diminish the dominance that and the respect that Fraser and Toomey have. It's also very exciting as a fan to see the shakeup this year. And it's not looking so black and white, and it's not looking so sure, and it's not looking so like, oh, we know who's going to win this and who's going to win that or whatever. And I'm very excited to see what happens in the next couple days or whatever, and continue to see the shakeup, and then the person that stands on top really like and I don't mean to say that the other ones didn't really earn it, but really earned it and really fought hard for it and had other people pushing them the whole way.
Okay. Put some respect on the champ's name though. If he comes back after this first day and he ends up standing on top of the podium after that,
We could talk about it if it happens.
are you gonna like the mullet?
Damn.
I'm gonna need you to like the mullet.
I don't think I'll ever like the mullet, but we can have a conversation.
Might call him the champ.
We'll have to see what happens.
Hater.
She hates the mullet. Hates the mullet with passion.
Mullet.
Dude, the mullet is fire. I don't care what you say.
Listen,
it's fire.
We'll see what happens on Sunday.
Fire.
What? No.
It's fire.
No.
Listen, this is the march back.
I don't understand it. I guess that's what I should say.
You don't understand the mullet, or you don't understand the champ?
No, the mullet's the same. It feels the same as like a unibrow. I don't understand.
Oh, Lord have mercy. All right,
I don't understand a unibrow. Like
whatever.
You see yourself in the mirror, you see your eyebrows looking like that, looking like one, and you still just leave it. I don't understand.
I mean, you don't.
Why are you laughing at me?
You're so triggered by unibrows. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't.
You're so triggered by them.
I can't.
She's triggered by hair in general, like the mullet,
she
the
was
unibrow.
She learned shame early on, and had to fit the norms of the world.
No,
She's just mad that a man's with a mullet is coming out here wrecking things, and his face is all over the place.
All right, I'm gonna still say.
Okay, can you? What are you, team champ over there? You team?
I'm just
mullet over there.
Team bother you. So.
Word.
Wow.
Word.
Wow.
I'm gonna say the champ marches back, and it's a Vellner the champ for second place because I still think Roman's gonna run train on this. So.
Oh, you think Roman's gonna win?
I don't see anything that's really gonna make him unhappy.
So you see Roman.
I mean, there's some events we don't know, so those might be events that make him unhappy.
Yeah.
But I mean, he destroyed a gymnastics workout with a heavy implement. He destroyed a gymnastics workout with no heavy implement, and it was just body weight. And then he destroyed a bike. So I'm not. I think people are at this point, and I'll say it, and I'll go ahead, just like every other sportscaster ever. I'll go ahead and say it. I feel like he's gonna win,
Okay.
and people are gonna have to like. But I don't. I think he's
Except
gonna do what Justin did, and he's not gonna give up points like that. I don't think he's gonna be outside the top 10, maybe one event. But if he's outside the top 10, I don't think he's gonna be outside the top like 13.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, you think it's gonna be like maybe one event that he's out of the top 10 or something like that?
And I feel like he's gonna win some more events. I don't think like him, today. Like I feel like he's got like 2 more event wins in him.
Mm-hmm.
That it's gonna be like a cardio based thing, and he's just gonna be like, I'm here, and like just destroy it, and then his other finishes aren't gonna be outside the top 13, and no one. Sorry,
Yeah.
it's Roman. And he's going to take his little baby face to the podium and smile and wave and not be able to raise a flag. But he's going to win. And it's going to be cool. And his little baby cheek baby's going to be with him. And it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But I think everybody else is for second place at this point.
All right.
So I'll make that call.
Yeah.
I'll put it out there. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm just interested for the rest of the weekend to figure out what these other events are gonna be. So, all right. Day one. Anything else you want to say
Day
about
one recap.
Day one?
Just that was super fun.
Before we go, favorite event 1, 2, or 3 of day one.
4.
Oh, crap. You suck.
I don't know. Wasn't there?
Mine was definitely 3 just for the drama finish.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yep.
I liked 2.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. The races that were into the Lazar and Roman and Laura and
smoking the field with it. Yeah.
It was great. But I think just the end of the day drama was super fun. So I'll go 3.
All right.
All right, guys.
Okay.
It's fun. Get
See you
ready
after
for
day 2.
tomorrow.
Adios.
Bye.
Deuces.